right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Just 24 more hours of November warmth, and then the changes begin. Thanksgiving this year is looking about 25 degrees colder than today.
Plus tonight, bud boundaries. City of St. Louis leaders might be reinstating a buffer zone between pot shops and schools. But first tonight, roundabout ruckus. A St. Louis County crowd is concerned about a problem intersection.
It happens every day. Yesterday, I almost got hit.
Most people that I know are against it in this area.
The latest on the South County project.
Just hours ago, neighbors gathered calling on the county to pump the brakes on that project. Good evening, I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Our Laura Barczewski was at tonight's meeting. She joins us live from the intersection where a $2 million roundabout would be built. Laura.
Mike and Ann, while we were sitting here, we observed all sorts of problems, and the biggest one, rolling a stop sign. For about 10 minutes, we saw roughly 30 cars roll the stop signs at all directions, making this roundabout one of the biggest items for St. Louis County. They want to bring it in and put it right across from Oakville Elementary. Noria Siddiqui says she was on her way home from the gym with her kids, driving through the intersection of Yeager and Milburn when another car came out of nowhere.
I don't think that car over there saw me, and I already made my move and I hit him.
The accident totaled her car, and she's not alone. According to St. Louis County, the intersection is one of the top 10 most problematic intersections in the county, with 48 accidents over a 4-year period, 10 of them involving injuries.
I see accidents here every day. Somebody had a rental truck and he went all the way over there. They replaced that gate over there.
St. Louis County transportation officials have secured the money from federal grants to fix the intersection, proposing a roundabout with crosswalks instead of a 4-way stop.
So in a roundabout, you're literally looking for one car coming that way and the pedestrians. So it just clears a lot of conflict points up.
Siddiqui says she thinks it would be a good thing.
I think that will help. Just slow them down a little bit.
But many others at a meeting to discuss the project
Those opposed, raise your hand.
hate the idea.
I don't see how young drivers, much less older drivers, are going to get through that. I think it's going to be more accidents.
Nancy Scheitland says she's concerned about pedestrians too.
I noticed that they're going to have crosswalks also, but not right at the corner. I don't know how people are going to get across the street.
She says she'd rather have a stoplight installed, but county engineers say that's not in the cards here due to the type of grant they applied for.
We actually went for congestion mitigation and air quality funds, so that means we need to show that we're lowering emissions. That means keeping cars going, not stopping.
St. Louis County will have a few more meetings about the project, and they really want the public's feedback here as they plan to start this construction in 2026 and hopefully finish by 2027. Reporting live from St. Louis County, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
New tonight, a St. Louis man is behind bars accused of exposing himself in a South County neighborhood. One of the victims includes a young girl who was walking to her bus stop. It happened this morning near Fleta Street and Seth Avenue. The girl was able to run back home where her mom called police. Police say the man then went into another home and exposed himself to a woman. Tonight, 25-year-old Christopher Martin faces several sexual misconduct charges. Police say he confessed to the crimes.
A North City gas station, city leaders call a nuisance, is being forced to close for a week. The decision coming down today gives store workers time to clean up their act. The BP station is located at the intersection of West Florissant and Adelaide. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon is just back from speaking with managers. Brent.
Well, Ann, the manager tells me the store has been there for 20 years now, and they nor their customers want to see them go. Although sources tell me there have been issues there with crime and drugs. Tonight, the city and the gas station reaching a compromise.
Let me scan that one, sweetie.
At the BP on Adelaide and West Florissant,
we have no any problem, no any trouble.
Managers say they treat those who walk in here like family.
We have a good customer service.
It's what may happen outside that's raised concerns.
Sometimes that the people be outside, they be doing a lot of commotions, it be a lot of bunch of crazy stuff going on over there.
Sources say police and city leaders have had to respond due to drugs and other crime. A nuisance hearing was set to happen Wednesday. Manager Ali Sadi tells me many of his customers showed up to show their support. Still, he agreed to a consent decree with the city.
They said lighting, fixed it, for example, the floor.
The BP has to bring on approved security officers every night. Staff here will have to go through conflict training within 2 months. City says they'll happily do it and close for a week if it will avoid a permanent closure.
Most of our customers, they complain, they said, why? You don't need to close, we need you.
This is very convenient, you know. As you can see, you know, it's only these 2 stores right here.
We like to come there because they know us and they good people.
Most of them, they are old people, and we are only the convenience store. They got their stuff from here.
He's getting the word out to let customers know they'll be gone, but they'll be back.
And that's a good store, and I don't want that store to shut down because I like that store, to be honest.
The agreement also includes a ban on selling single-serve cigarettes, as well as medicine that's not in its original packaging. The BP will close this Sunday. It will reopen the following Sunday.
Brent, thanks. 5 on Your Side has obtained surveillance video showing an armed man walking down the street just minutes before Clayton's first homicide in nearly 20 years. 41-year-old Joshua Harris was shot to death early Monday morning outside an apartment on Wydown near Westwood Drive. Surveillance video shows the suspect walking down an alley with a gun and then a minute later running away. The major case squad has not released any other details about the suspect, but anyone with information is asked to call 314-955-0817.
Tonight, the Ferguson police chief says something must be done to stop an epidemic of teens committing violent crimes. Just yesterday, 3 boys ages 12, 15, and 17 were arrested. Police say the trio had already stolen 1 car before they carjacked a man in Forestwood Park. Police say adults are getting kids to commit these crimes because the juvenile justice system is more lenient.
This is really not a victimless crime, property crime, someone getting carjacked. We take it very serious.
The 17-year-old has been released from custody, but the other 2 will head to family court. A new proposal at City Hall could make certain areas in St. Louis off limits for marijuana dispensaries.
Our political editor Mark Maxwell reports from the front lines of this territorial dispute in Soulard.
Marijuana dispensaries would be hard-pressed to find more prime real estate than this location here, within walking distance of the famous Soulard Farmers Market. But its proximity to this school just across the street.
I think the problem for us is that it is smack dead across the street.
Administrators at the Lift for Life Academy have students swearing this pledge to keep their hands off drugs. It's part of their organized push to protest the dispensary under construction and slated to open for business soon.
We don't plan to make this easy for them, and clearly they don't see anything wrong with it, and they don't plan to make it easy for us. So this is not going to be a nice neighboring situation here.
The protest from parents and students caught the ear of Alderwoman Kara Spencer.
When it comes to controlled substances in kids, this is a very serious issue. I mean, you know, alcohol kills children, teenagers every year.
Spencer authored this new plan to institute a reefer radius of 500 feet around schools and daycares.
I want the city to pass it, and I appreciate them for listening to us.
The school's deputy director, Dr. Catrice Noble, says she understands times are changing.
No one is against dispensaries.
By and large, they've been wildly successful.
And if you ask Spencer, the city could use the boost in sales taxes.
These have been a net positive by far for the community. They've improved safety of the community by being open and having lighting and having security.
Her plan would impose pot parameters and tell pot shops to keep their distance from schools.
Even though society has changed, we can still make sure that we work within those parameters to keep our kids safe.
Reporting in St. Louis, Mark Maxwell, 5 on Your Side.
The Board of Aldermen voted 3 years ago to lift stricter zoning rules and remove distance requirements around daycares and school zones, which paved the way for pot shops to set up directly next door. Tonight, a proposal to freeze property taxes for some senior citizens in St. Louis is one step closer to reaching the mayor's desk. Nearly 7,000 residents, 62 and older, would qualify. Those who apply with the city assessor's office could save between $50 to $100 a year. The Board of Aldermen will vote on the measure Friday.
Tonight, the United Auto Workers are on the verge of ratifying a labor deal with General Motors, even though workers at the GM Wentzville plant have voted it down. 54% of production workers voted against this new contract, but members at several other plants and warehouses nationwide have voted tonight to ratify. The local union president says she voted yes, but says others oppose the lack of post-retirement health care for employees who started after 2007.
I don't know that I expected it. Our membership has been very vocal about some of the demands that they wanted to see in this contract that weren't quite there.
I think overall it's a good contract. No contract does everybody get everything that they want.
Voting officially ends tomorrow afternoon. If approved, it will be the first deal ratified among Detroit's 3 big automakers.
Just hours from now, Starbucks workers across the country will walk off the job, including at 8 stores in the St. Louis area. Here's some video from a strike back in the summer. Tomorrow's one-day walkout is happening on Red Cup Day, one of the chain's busiest days when they give out holiday-themed reusable cups. Unionized baristas accuse the company of refusing to negotiate fairly. 350 stores have voted to unionize, but they still don't have a collective bargaining agreement in place.